Chapter number 22, I think. Financial statement with adjustment, in which you have to prepare same way the trading profit and loss account and balance sheet. Trading and profit and loss account for the year. At first, you will be preparing trading account, and then here onwards you will be preparing profit and loss account. You know, trading and profit and loss account are prepared to know exactly the gross profit and the net profit earned by the firm. And there are different adjustments which are to be done while doing the preparing the trading and profit and loss account. You have to take note that all the adjustments being done are recorded at two places. One in trading and profit and loss account, or it will be recorded in balance sheet. Either it will be recorded in trading account or profit and loss account on the debit side or on the credit side. Also, the adjustment will be recorded in the balance sheet either on the liability side or on the asset side. So when you will start doing these questions, you will come across different transactions given as additional information or adjustments at the end of the question. Bilal, are you getting? Turn on the cameras, everyone. Shruti, Arjun Singh, Anurag, Mahima, Ravi, keep your cameras on.
So my camera is on.
All those who are not visible, I am taking their name. Yeah, Bilal, are you getting? Rini, are you able to hear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Turn on the camera. So when we prepare trading and profit and loss account, any adjustment which is given in the question, like outstanding, prepaid, received in advance, accrued, adjustment related to depreciation, all these have to be adjusted in the trading account or profit and loss account following the accrual concept. Following the accrual concept. Accrual concept, you know very well. Accrual concept says that all the receipts and payments are to be recorded as and when they occur, irrespective of the fact whether cash is received or not, or whether cash is paid or not. Remember, trading and profit and loss account is prepared for the year, for a particular year. At the end of the year, it is prepared to ascertain the profit or loss incurred, profit earned or loss incurred during the year, at the end of the year. at the end of the year, profit earned or loss incurred by the firm. The main objective of preparing this trading and profit and loss account is to ascertain net profit earned or loss incurred. So my dear students, for that we have to record in this the expenses, losses or income earned during this year only. The income received from the business activities and the expenses incurred for running the business of the current year only are recorded in this particular account, trading and profit and loss account. And you know very well, expenses direct in trading account, indirect expenses in debit side of profit and loss account. Similarly, indirect income on the credit side of profit and loss account are recorded. Now, when we do some adjustment, we have to see that it is related to current year only. We have to keep in mind the main point that the expenses and income, whether the expense is direct or indirect, whether the income is direct or indirect, we have to record only the expenses and income of current year in trading and profit and loss account. Why these adjustments are done? You know the reason. Accrual basis is followed so that the exact profit or loss of the firm can be ascertained. If some adjustments are not done, then the net exact profit or loss cannot be ascertained, because there will be many of the expenses which will remain outstanding expenses. There will be many income accrued which will not be recorded. There will be many incomes received in advance which do not relate to the current year. Income received in advance is related to the next year, so it should be recorded in the next year. Same way, prepaid, which is paid in advance, is also related to the next accounting year. That also should not be recorded in this, because it does not relate to the current year. Outstanding expenses, which are due but not paid. If they are not paid, we should show them. Even if they are not paid, even if the expenses are not paid, we need to show them following the accrual concept, so that we know the exact gross profit or net profit. For example, if wages of ₹1,000 are outstanding and we have paid only the wages of 5,000, wages ₹5,000 for wages are paid. ₹5,000 for wages are paid, but ₹1,000 for wages are still outstanding, which are not paid. If we do not record it in this trading account, our total wages paid will be only 5,000, whereas actual amount incurred on wages is 6,000. So if we will show only 5,000 as an expense of wages, our gross profit will be higher. Our gross profit will be higher, क्योंकि हम 5,000 रुपए अपने वेजेस का एक्सपेंस शो कर रहे हैं, जबकि इस साल के वेजेस का टोटल एक्सपेंस है 6,000 रुपीज. आउटस्टैंडिंग वेजेस जो अभी हमने पे नहीं किए, दैट ऑल्सो नीड्स टू बी रिकॉर्डेड इन करंट ईयर एक्सपेंस. करंट ईयर के एक्सपेंस में जब तक हम 6,000 प्लस 1,000 करके शो नहीं करेंगे, expenses will be shown lower and gross profit will be higher, which is not so, because we have to pay outstanding expenses also of the current year. So when these adjustments are made, then only we can get the exact figures, we can get the exact profit or exact loss incurred during the current year. Mind you, again and again I am telling you, the trading and profit and loss account is prepared, the trading and profit and loss account is prepared to ascertain the net profit earned during the year or net profit earned during the year or net loss incurred by the firm. Now, it can only be ascertained when all the outstanding, prepaid, accrued, depreciation, other losses, non-operating expenses, all are recorded in trading profit and loss account and also in balance sheet. Now, this outstanding basis, I am very sure all of you know. Sahiba, what is outstanding basis? It is asset or it is liability? Sahiba, outstanding basis are our assets or our liability? Don't know. Anurag, what are outstanding wages? Is it asset or liability?
Sir, liability.
Very good. Outstanding wages are our liability. So it should also be shown in the balance sheet on the liability side. Outstanding wages, once we will show here, outstanding wages, we will add in the concerned expense, and also outstanding wages we will show in the balance sheet liability side. So it will be recorded at two places. It will be recorded at two places. The effect, it is the financial treatment of outstanding expense. All the adjustments, I will tell you the financial treatment, and it is to be shown in the balance sheet as well as trading or profit and loss account. So outstanding expenses will be shown in the addition to the concerned expense and also in the balance sheet on the liabilities side. Arjun will tell me, what about prepaid expense? What about prepaid expenses? Arjun Singh. Suppose.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. ध्यान से सुनते नहीं हो क्या? Prepaid expenses. Suppose rent. Rent paid is 10,000 and prepaid rent is 2,000. What will be the treatment? Arjun Singh.
Sir, rent 8,000 plus prepaid rent 2,000.
I said rent paid is 10,000 and prepaid rent is 2,000. How will you show it?
Sir, yes, rent is 10,000 minus prepaid rent 2,000.
Minus prepaid rent 2,000. It means
It will be 8,000.
rent of the current year is only 8,000. You mean to say this?
Yes, sir.
Very good. If you mean to say this, nice. The rent paid for the current for during this year, the rent paid during this year is 10,000, no doubt. It is given in the trial balance. But in the adjustment, it is given that 2,000 is prepaid, which relates to the next year. 2,000 is prepaid, which relates to next year. So we cannot show the expense of next year in the current year. Remember, we are making trading account for the year 2020. For the year 2020-21 means the financial year 2020-21. So whatever expenses incurred by the firm of this year, only those can be recorded in this. So total expenses paid during the year for the rent was 10,000, but out of it 2,000 was of the next year. It does not belong to current year. It is not related with the current year. Therefore, prepaid expenses are deducted from the concerned expense, and 8,000, the expense of the current year, will be shown in profit and loss account. This is profit and loss account. इसके नीचे जो बना है, this is profit and loss account. So only 8,000 as an expense of rent will be shown in the profit and loss account. And prepaid rent, Mahima, prepaid rent is our asset or liability? Mahima is not getting. Anurag,
Asset.
very good. Prepaid rent is our asset. So prepaid rent will be recorded in the balance sheet also, and it will be recorded on the asset side, right side of the balance sheet. Very good. Rini, are you getting the voice?
Yes, sir.
Every adjustment will be recorded at two places. Right? Next one, I take the example of accrued commission. Accrued commission. So Rini, what is accrued commission? Commission earned is our income. By commission earned 5,000 rupees. But in the additional information, in the adjustments, it is given that accrued commission amounts to 2,000 rupees. Reni, what is accrued commission? Anybody else? Arjun Singh, please answer.
So the commission which we have earned but not received.
Very good. Commission which we have earned but it is still not received means to say it is income receivable. Income receivable which is yet to be received but it is already earned. It is already earned. And if it is yet to be received but not received, we will consider it as an income of the current year, 2020. So we have to add it. We have to add it. Accrued commission will be added in the current year's income. It is income receivable. So it should be added and the total income of 7,000 will be shown in the credit side of the profit and loss account. It will be credited as an addition. It will be credited as addition in the concerned income. Commission में उसको add कर दिया because it is accrued yet to be received, and whenever it will be received it should be added in the current year income so that actual net profit or loss can be calculated. And because accrued income is our asset, it will be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet. So simple. It will be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet. Our next adjustment is depreciation. Where it will be shown? Anybody? Depreciation is a loss, you know. It is a reduction in the value of asset. Reduction in the value of asset due to any reason. Whenever assets are reduced, the value of assets is reduced because of wear and tear, because of obsolete technology, because of fall in the demand or in the market price, or because of passage of time, expiry, all different reasons, you know, causes of depreciation. So it is a loss to the firm. So we write it on the
Debit side.
Debit side of profit and loss account. Machinery, motor vehicle,
Building.
So जो भी आपका उसमें डेप लगेगा आप कैलकुलेट कर लेंगे, because this will reduce the cost of the asset, and when the cost of the asset will be reduced, it will be a loss. It will be a loss for the firm. So it should be recorded on the debit side of profit and loss account. And because it is a loss and the value of the asset has reduced, so when you will prepare the balance sheet and write the value of asset there, you will show it as a deduction. जब बैलेंस शीट बनाएंगे तो बैलेंस शीट में asset की वैल्यू को क्या कर देंगे? कम कर देंगे. क्यों कम कर देंगे? Because now the asset value is reduced by the depreciation charged on it during the year. Asset की वैल्यू स्टार्टिंग में साल के हो सकती है 50,000. After charging 5% depreciation, the rate of depreciation is given in the question. If the value of the asset is 50,000, if the value of the machinery is sorry, 50,000 and the rate of depreciation is 10%, 5,000 depreciation, the loss reduction in the value of asset, it will be recorded here. The next adjustment is of closing stock. Closing stock, you know very well, it is shown in the
Trading account credit.
debit side, credit side of
Trading account.
trading account. Very good. And because closing stock remains with the firm, stock is our asset. Stock is our asset, Sanskar. You know, stock is our asset. It should be also shown on the asset side of the balance sheet. The asset side of the balance sheet, stock will be shown because it remains unsold. Closing stock, the amount of stock which remains unsold at the end of the year will be asset of the firm, and it should be recorded on the asset side of the balance sheet as well. It should be recorded there. All sort of goods which are destroyed by fire, which are taken by proprietor for personal use, goods, I am talking about goods, all goods which are destroyed by fire or by any other natural calamity or by theft, those should be subtracted from purchase, because purchase records the goods being brought in for sale. When we bring goods for sale, we record it on the debit side of trading account as to purchase. We record it as to परचेज. सो इसमें से माइनस क्या करेंगे? लॉस बाय फायर, लॉस बाय थेफ्ट, लॉस बाय लीकेज, लॉस बाय एनी नेचुरल कैलेमिटी, goods given as charity, goods given for advertisement, all those. Or goods withdrawn by proprietor for personal use, goods withdrawn by proprietor for personal use, also we will subtract from purchase. Then we will write here exact amount of net purchase. And all these things, you know, drawing, it should be subtracted from capital in the balance sheet, because drawing is personal, domestic use, personal use of the proprietor. And other than that, all the expenses will be recorded in the profit and loss account, Other than that, all other expenses. One more is there. Interest on capital. Interest on capital is an expense for the firm. Interest on capital is also an expense for the firm, because it is paid by the firm to the proprietor. It is paid by the firm to the owner, the proprietor, for the amount invested by him in the business, for the amount invested by him in the business at the beginning So the firm need to pay interest on capital. Interest on capital is an expense, so it will be shown in the debit side of the profit and loss account, and it will be also recorded in the balance sheet. Liability side, it will be subtracted from the capital. It will be subtracted from the capital. Opposite of it, interest on drawing. Interest on drawing, on the other hand, is an income for the firm. It will be received by the firm. It will be paid to the firm by the proprietor. The proprietor who has withdrawn either goods or money or some service from the firm, he will pay the interest on drawing to the firm. So interest on drawing is an income for the firm. It will be recorded on the credit side of the profit and loss account, and interest on drawing will be subtracted from partner's capital. Sorry, the proprietor's capital in the balance sheet. In the balance sheet, you will record it. You will record it as a addition to, sorry, subtraction, as a deduction to the capital. His capital will be reduced by the amount of interest on drawing which he will have to pay to the firm, for the amount withdrawn by him. These were some of the adjustments, and you know very well, it is in the trading account. It starts with sales less sales return or return inward. We get actual sales, net sales, what we call net sales. Here it starts with opening stock, then purchase less purchase return, return outward, and all drawings, all sort of charity, advertisement, no other losses of goods by fire, by leakage, by accident, whatever, and then other direct expenses here. Other direct expenses, wages, coal, gas, fuel, power. You need to do lot of questions, numericals to do this chapter well. You need to do a lot of questions to do this chapter. Adjustments I have explained you. Practice the questions, numerical questions, and try to solve them in your notebook. Mind it, again your notebooks will be collected for correction. You know very well your exams are starting from, now you can take the date, 11th of February. Your exams are starting from 11th of February up to 22nd of February. Final exams 11th to 22nd of February, and by the end of the month you will get your result also. So during this month only, in this month only, you need to get your notebooks corrected. Business studies, only one chapter is left, which is going on, and within this week, 4 or 5 days, we will be able to finish that chapter, and then we will revise. Accounts, 2-3 chapters. After this, one more numerical chapter, and 2 chapters we will do of computers. And within this month, the syllabus will be over, and we can revise the remaining things in the next month. So you need to complete your work and get it checked in January only. Your all notebooks should be checked within this month only. Then only you will be given your admit card so that you can give your Google form exam, which will be of more marks, and your exam offline, which you will give in the school. Full paper. Then only you will be allowed to sit in the exam when all your notebooks are checked, when you are joining the classes regularly, and your due fees is cleared up to March. Up to March. In March, your class 12th classes will start. In the first week of March, you will start class 12th. So complete your work, be on time, update your work, tell your friends to join the class, and be ready for your exams also. Thank you. God bless all of you.
Thank you.